Another strategy I absolutely love for audience building is called a roundup. So, a roundup is very similar to that top 10 post idea, except that you're focusing on a specific topic or question, and then you're asking other experts and influencers to weigh in. Now, I'm going to share with you a little known strategy that can help you get massive results in building your audience. Because most of the strategies that we give you are about how you can get other people to feature you. But this strategy, a roundup is all about featuring other people in interviews or, that written interviews that you can post to your social media. Maybe you're collecting little mini video testimonials that you can put up on a YouTube channel or your own podcast. And I know it sounds weird, right? Because it's like, well, we want the exposure. So why would we be putting the spotlight on someone else? Well, the idea here is that you share about someone or you talk about them or you feature them in a post and then they share it with their audience, right? Very similar to that top 10. But unlike like summits, telesummits, promotional giveaways where there's a share requirement and a lot of work, we're just sharing someone else's input because they're awesome and they have good and important insights to share that our audience would benefit from. I mean, think about it. If someone featured you as like, a top nutrition coach who knew how to help women over 40 lose weight, wouldn't you share all of that? Wouldn't you share that all over? And if someone featured you in their article, their blog, their social media post, their podcast, you'd share it, right? I mean, it looks good for you. So that's the idea here. You feature someone who's already an influencer, who already has an audience. And this piece is really important because we are looking at this as an audience building strategy. So if someone else has like 2 followers and they just starting out, that's not who we would want to include in this strategy. We want somebody who already has an audience because then they'll expose us to their audience, their big audience, right? So that's the idea here. There's wins all around. So think of this as like a mini interview series with a bunch of people. So here's what you're going to do here. You are going to brainstorm 10 to 20 ideas for, or you can do 5 to 10, right? Let's do 5 to 10 like roundup post ideas. And I dropped a bunch below in the text that you could potentially put together in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, just 3 to 6 months. Like do this quarterly. It's a great idea. Then make a list of who you would like to feature in that series. Okay. And the idea here is you want to have between 10 and 20 people per roundup that you create. And what you're going to do is you're going to think of a main struggle or a frequently asked question that your soulmate client asks or is talking about, and then that's your topic. That's your topic for the post. And then you're going to reach out to one of these experts, and you can use the template below. You're just going to reach out to them and ask them if they would be interested in collaborating and tell them what you're going to do. Again, I have a template written for you. Okay. And then what you're going to do is once you get all of that information, all of those insights curated, you'll put it together and you can use Canva, make it into a PDF. You can put it into a Google Doc. I would make it look, relatively nice. And you can write like, hey, like, these are the top people that you want to follow. Like what's the easiest way to hit my daily protein goal? These top 10 experts, weigh in on like what they found are the easiest ways to hit your protein goal. And you'll have the person's like picture, like say in like a little round bubble. You'll have their name, and then you'll have their 2 to 3 sentence answer. That's it. Their 2 to 3 sentence answer, or their 2 to 3 minute video that they've recorded that answers that question. And then you'll include their social channels and where to follow them. And make sure that you are one of the experts that weighs in too. Once you have it done, you'll send it over to the person, the influencer that you've collaborated with, and say, hey, I put together this thing. I'm featuring you, sharing it with my audience. I'm actually going to share it across my social media channels as well as my email list. Here's a copy of it in case you'd like to share it with your audience too. Okay. And then obviously you're going to share it on your social. It could make a great call to action for people to download, a great little micro commitment for you, a great way for you to get shares. It's a really exciting way and an easy and a fun way to get noticed, to get shares, to potentially go viral. Because of the time and energy that's involved in this, this probably isn't a monthly thing, but it's a great quarterly marketing strategy to add to your plan. And for additional exposure, you can share this roundup as a blog post on free distribution channels like Medium and LinkedIn Pulse. Round it up, coaches.